I'm going to be reading from the book of Mark, chapter 4, and starting at verse 14, and I'm going to be sharing with you about the sower sows the word. And we're going to talk about this for a few sessions here so we can get understanding of what is actually the Messiah, Mashiach, is talking about here in this particular chapter. So at verse 14 it says, the sower, and this, by the way, this is the Mashiach, Yahushua, speaking here. He says, the sower sows the word. And these are they by the wayside where the word is sown, but when they have heard, Satan or Shaitan comes immediately and takes away the word that was sown in their hearts. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. And these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust or desires of other things entering in, choke the word, and the word, becomes unfruitful. And these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word, and receive it, and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100. Now, notice it says the sower sows the word. I'm sowing the word right now into your heart. And as someone proclaims the word, as the word of Yahuwah is proclaimed and spoken out among those that have ears to hear, the word is being sown in their hearts. But notice there's different results for different people. First of all, it says, these are they, when the word is sown by the wayside, these are they, when they have heard, so they heard the word, but Shaitan or Satan comes immediately. Now the reason he comes immediately, because he does not want that seed to germinate and actually produce, and this is such a great analogy, talking about seed and how a seed is planted in the earth, and that the earth brings forth fruit of herself, first the blade, first the ear, first the blade, I'm getting it all mixed up, then the ear, then the full corn in the ear. But what he's saying here is that those that receive the word by the wayside, that Shaitan comes immediately and steals the word out of their heart. And then in verse 16 he says, and these are they which are sown on stony ground. Now there's the wayside and the ground, and there's the stony ground. The stony ground are those who have heard the word, and they receive it with gladness. I've seen people do that. I've seen where you share the word of Yahuwah with them, and they seem to be really excited and glad about it. But listen what it also says. But they don't have any root in themselves. In other words, and then it says, and they so endure but for a time. In other words, the word that was planted in their heart is not guarded, it's not protected, it's not given time to produce root in their lives. And so they endure for a while, but when affliction or persecution comes against them for the word's sake, and notice it comes for the word's sake. And who's the one that's coming to steal that word out of their heart? It's Shaitan. It's the enemy coming to steal the word that was planted in someone's heart. And if they don't guard that seed, if they don't allow that seed to germinate, if they don't water that seed, and the way we water the seed is by continually hearing the word. The scripture talks about the washing of the water of the word of Yahuwah. We feed ourselves on that word, and we nourish the seed that's in our heart so that it might produce. And it says, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. I know a lot of people, maybe you do too, that have gotten offended, because of some kind of persecution or affliction, and they begin to doubt the things. And when you preach to them that Yahuwah He's love, and that he loves them so much, and that He's died for them, and so forth and so on, about what the price has been paid for their redemption. And then when something, say, comes against them, and they have gone through a trial or a tribulation, they become offended. They begin to say, well, if Yahuwah is the way you say he is, then why are these things happening in my life? And sadly, what a lot of people do, because they're ignorant of the script, of the total revelation of the word of Yahuwah, they get offended and they just walk away. And I know you know people like that as well. We're going to continue this on our next session, so please stay tuned and listen in, and please share this with others. I love you. Yahuwah loves you. Shalom.